Hey guys, well, this is going to be well, I said it was going to be like a video about my fanny pack, about an announcement, and about a giveaway. Okay, so first thing I'm going to get into is my fanny pack, okay? And I showed you guys my fanny pack before, but I'll show it more in detail, show you all the stuff, where I keep it. And this is just my fanny pack. This is not the best, the whatever. Everybody has their favorite and the way they like to organize things. But I'm showing you mine because I had a subscriber or two ask me about it. So, I figure I'll show you how I organize things. Okay? And this is my fish pan fanny pack / chest pack. You can wear it either way. I always wear it as a fanny pack. Okay, let me go into a little bit of explanation. I am probably what you would call a minimalist. Okay, I have a lot of flies with me, but I don't have a lot of boxes. I don't need a backpack. I probably don't even need a vest, and I am one that does not like anything in front of me. I don't like anything dangling in front of me. I don't like my chest pack. I keep my fanny pack behind on my waist and behind me. I like my net around the belt of my fanny pack. I don't like tippet material hanging in front of me. I have nothing in front of me. I want it totally clean and clear in front of me. So let me explain that first, okay? But I am going to go through this fanny pack with you compartment by compartment real quick, okay? Just to show you how many compartments it has, and it's not in order of importance. It's pretty much just where everything fits nicely, okay? So let's go. Like I said, this is the fish pond fanny pack here, and I do have to apologize because in my tips video I said, okay, this is the internal fly patch. I said that I purchased this, but then in the beginning of it, I said, well, I don't know. I couldn't remember if I purchased it. But this one came with the pack, so that's a good thing. If you guys like or would like this fish pond type fanny pack / chest pack, this does come with the internal fly patches. The ones that I purchased was for, I had 2 Sims packs that I had to purchase the fly patches for and put them inside, and then I had another one. So I had 3 other fanny packs in the past 20 years besides this recent one, okay? So let's go compartment by compartment. Zip this back up a little, okay? In the front here, there is a zippered area, okay? Skinny zippered area. It's probably about 10 inches long, 9-10 inches long, okay? I keep I gotta put all this stuff back once I take it all out. I keep tippet material, and this is where I keep my I have a lot of stuff in here, I should say. Okay. I have a loop, an extra loop that you put on your line in case something breaks. I always carry extra little things in here. My paper towel that I use for my dry flies when I'm drying off my dry flies. If I don't want to use desiccant, or when I'm using CDC, I use my paper towel. And then here is my more expensive material in my 8X Trout Hunter. Rio is 7X. And this is just a 2X when I'm using streamers. Okay, so I'm going to put them off to the side. So that's this first zippered patch, and then you flip it up, okay, and in front we have another zippered patch here, skinny zippered patch. There is where I have all of my, oh boy, a whole lot of stuff in here. Okay, I have my tippet rings. I carry 2 millimeter and 2.5 millimeter, only because sometimes when I go for bass or when I'm using streamers, I may use a little slightly, but most of the time, well, I don't even use tippet rings most of the time anymore. But when I do use them, I use a 2 millimeter. I don't even know why I'm carrying the 2.5s, but sometimes when I'm going for smallmouth, or when I'm with my son going for muskie or pike, 2.5 is there just in case I need it. Then I have all of my leaders cider material, which I don't use, but I have it with me. Other guys use it, but I have probably 3 or 4 cutthroat furl leaders in here. I do have some tapered mono leaders. I have some braided loops. Just extra stuff to carry with me. Just, if other guys have an accident, and need something, I keep extra of everything. So, but it's really skinny. There's probably about 10 things in there, and it's only a ½ inch thick. Okay, all those packets in there. Okay, so that is after you lift the flap up on this zippered patch, nice skinny compartment in there. Then behind that skinny compartment, there's a bigger compartment that I have my Cigar Red Label tippet material in 4 and 5X. I have my split shots, and then I have some extra 7X. I don't know why that's in there. And then I have 0X, 1X for streamers, and then I have 6X in here. That's frog hair. Okay, so now this, I showed you the front zipper section, the front on the flap, the zippered section, the front zippered section. Then there's 2 compartments in here that I keep stuff, and then there's a big compartment in here. That's where I had the all of my that was all tip material, split shots in there. Okay, so now we're going to get to the working tray that I said I have there's flies in them right now. Okay, and then there's 2 compartments here. This one I don't keep anything in because it's kind of like a side entry one. I don't know why they have that. Then they have a zippered pocket here that you can see. These colored things are airflow indicators, different colored ones. Okay, and I just have them there just to have. Then there is a flap here that you could stick stuff in. I don't stick anything in there because I have 3 skinny fly boxes back here that kind of take up the thickness, and I don't want anything extra in there because when I close this, it would really squish and mess up all the flies here. So I put nothing in this one, and this last pouch back here, I keep my 3 fly boxes. I can't go into everything, but this is like a whole bunch of nymphs and geez, there's shrimp, sow bugs, pheasant tails, teeny little nymphs that are like size 20 to 24, midge pupas, various soft hackles. This is my lively leg box. Don't open that up. But I got tons and tons of, most of them are pheasant tails and my golden stones and isonychias. And then I have a box here with all my blue-winged olives in them. There's probably about 100 in there because I have all different colors of blue-winged olives, gray, light green, dark green, and anywhere from, let's say, a 16 up down to a 24. Okay, so I always keep blue-winged olives with me because you never know when they're going to hatch. Okay, so we'll put that off to the side. Let me also explain, I do have dry fly boxes with Hendrickson, sulfurs, slate drakes, March Browns, light Cahills. I don't carry them with me during the winter time because obviously they're not hatching in the winter time. And my terrestrial box, I don't keep them with me, the winter time. There's no need to carry them with me. Usually in the winter time I'll carry a streamer box with me. Okay, and that's what I have in this next compartment. So this is pretty much the whole front section so far. Now we'll go to the back bigger section. The back bigger section, all my fly boxes are always the super skinny ones. I don't this is my, I have 4 boxes back here. Okay, 3 skinny and 1 a little bit thicker. The one that's a little bit thicker is streamers, sandworm worms, squirmy wormies, mop flies, a whole bunch of different types of streamers and woolly buggers, and so that's the thicker one because they're obviously bigger flies. Okay, my skinny boxes is You can see all the colored glow bugs, and these are all different types of caddises: emergers, pupas, dries, elk hair, deer hairs, CDC, all my different types of emergers. Geez, there's probably 200 flies in there. Okay. Then my next skinny box is my midges and trichos, and some dries are in there, and crane flies, and geez, I don't know, there's probably 150 in there. Okay. And then my last is a just general nymphing box, all scratched up. But there's you can see the green weenies and waltz worms and caddis pupas and Frenchies and hare's ears and catnips, and there's some perdigons in there, and that's totally full. Okay, but they're skinny, so they don't take up a lot of room. I do keep the powdered desiccant, dry your fly with, in this big pouch here too. I keep, and this I forgot to show you in my tips. This is a file, a diamond file, hook file with the groove in it. I always keep a file with me, and then it has a skinny big zippered pouch back here, and that is where I keep all of the scissors, my thermometer, my markers. That is back there. Okay, so that's a big section back there, but I can fit a lot in it because I just utilize the space very well and don't buy a lot of big fly boxes. And what I carry with me is I do change flies out a lot. I do a lot, but I also use a lot of the same flies, but I do change flies. I usually come back, if they're not working, I come back to what works, but I don't carry a lot of unnecessary flies with me that I think, I just don't carry flies with me just to carry flies. If I got stuff with me, I think I'm either going to use them, or that's be hatching that time of year, or it's just an effective fly that I think. I don't carry boxes and just flies just to have flies with me. Okay, there's a meaning for why I'm keeping with me what I need, and I probably keep my common flies, pheasant tails, hare's ears, my Isonychias, my golden stones, my glow bugs. My popular flies that I use often, I will usually have a good 6 to maybe 14 of them in there. And if I get down low, then I start tying a bunch more and restock. But the flies that I don't use that often, I probably will have maybe up to 6 each of them in there. Okay, so just kind of goes without saying, because you're going to have more of the ones that you're using more often. Okay, so that was all inside my fanny pack here. Okay, on the outside, on the right side, I have obviously my fishing license, and I got some liquid floating. Okay, that I always keep with me. I said I don't like things dangling, and I really don't. I don't have that much dangling from here. Just, obviously I have your license. Well, actually now you can, I think it's you just have to have it on. You don't have to have it exposed or showing. But on the right side I have my, like I said, my liquid floating. On my left side, well, you know what, that's looking at it this way. I wear it behind my back, so it'll be on the opposite side. I have my Zinger with my Sports Tools nippers and my retractable needle, and I always said I don't keep my hemostats forceps on a Zinger. I just clip them right to the loop that I have my Zinger attached to, and that's the only two things I have hanging off that side. When it's behind my back, on my right hand side, I have my new O-Pros third hand rod holder, which I love. This is my 4th one I purchased. I did not like the first 3. I purchased actually one of the first models they had. I didn't like it because it wasn't adjustable. This O-Pros new generation or new style, you can there's screws in the back that you can loosen and you can adjust it, because what was happening on the old model, you would stick your you would stick your rod in here when you caught a fish or landed the fish, and um, because it wasn't adjustable, you would bend down. You bend down, and your rod would angle downward, and your tip would go in the water. The current would catch it. So now, since this is adjustable, you can tilt the rod holder part of it up, and then so now your rod is pointing up more, and it won't dip down into the water. And that was exactly what this needed. It is exactly what this rod holder needed to make it like near perfect. I love it. Okay. Then on my when my fanny pack's behind me, on my left side, I have my net, and my net is about a year old. It is a Lively Legs net. I also have a quick scene on this to take bug samples. I just put that on a month or two ago, so I never used it, but I figure I buy it, use it sometimes. Sometimes I look at turnover rocks a lot, but I don't usually scour the bottom and take samples like that. But I guess it's neat to have just in case you want to do that. But let me talk about the Lively Legs net. Okay, this Lively Legs net is rubberized, okay, and it has really small holes. I think one of the things they said when they came out with this, they wanted to make this more for, not more for guys, but this would also help the guys who go for brookies, because a lot of the other nets, some of the brookies you catch are 4, 5, 6 inches, and they'll slip right through those bigger holes, but they won't go through this net because of the small rubberized holes here in the net. Okay. Now, what I didn't like, and I have pros and cons against everything, and I'm not going to, I don't kind of play favorites here and there, but what I didn't like about the net was it is super deep and stretchy. So when you had even it was really deep, and when you landed a fish and you wanted to get the fish out, my arm was getting wet because the net was wet and it was way down in, and boy, if you caught a big fish, that thing would stretch almost 2 feet, how deep it was, and it didn't need to be that deep. So what I did to fix that was, and it's an easy fix, okay, I'm going to show you here. The net here, all I did was flattened out the net, and I rolled it up to about halfway. And I rolled it up halfway, and then I have 5 small, the small cable ties that you find. And all I did was put 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, 5 here, okay. And so I rolled it up halfway, put the cable tie through, zip, pulled it tight, and I cinched it down, and there you go. I mean, for as big as this net was and deep as it was, you can take this thing for salmon. I'm telling you, salmon and steelhead. That was how deep this thing was. Okay, so you don't have to. It's nothing that is not easily. You can make some adjustments, or what's the word I want to use? Improvise and roll it up. Get your zip ties, put it along the rolled up section, and now it stays there. And if I want to go for bigger fish someday, all I got to do is go to the cable ties, cut them, and it rolls back out again to a bigger size. So, I do love the net, and the type of net it is, the small holes, the rubberized part of it. It was just too deep for me, and I didn't like that part of it. So now, as far as my net goes, I do not like a net behind my back. I have tried that. I don't, your back of you gets wet. You're reaching for it, whether you're trying to reach for it to land a fish, or after you're done, you're trying to stick it back into, its little place to where, you're trying to get it back there and stick it back in. I didn't like that. I like having, I have a weird way of fighting fish because I'm right-handed, but a lot of guys mention, how come my real handle is on my right side? Well, I don't know why. It's just how I've always done it, and I'm just so used to it that way. But I hold the rod with my left hand, I reel with my right. I just feel more coordinated that way. But then when I'm getting ready to land the fish, I switch my hand over, I bring it up, I reach down on the left side from my net, and I net them. And so it's right there. It's super handy. The bad thing about having your net down near your waist, though, is occasionally when you're walking, at least fast, or down through a trail through the woods, you're occasionally banging your net with your legs. So a lot of times when I'm walking, I got my rod in this hand and my net in the other, just so it's not banging against me. But it's good and bad with every idea. And so um, let me see what else. And like I said, with my, you see where I keep all my tippets. I don't like the guys have those tippet holder lanyards. I mean, it kind of looks neat, but to me, I don't like anything in my way, dangling, banging against my chest, and when I'm leaning over it, I don't like anything like. I want nothing in front of me. I want to be free to fight the fish, free to move my rod around, not bumping into anything. And when I get to deeper water, all I do, my fanny pack is usually on my waist. When I get to deeper water and I think my fanny pack's going to get wet, I just unbuckle it from my waist, bring it up a foot, and buckle it up here on my chest. And then it's, the fanny pack's on my back. But then it's tight around my chest. And, it's not like that the whole day. It's just like that, when I'm in deeper water. So, that is my fanny pack setup, okay? You guys, when you saw the opening of this video, you saw I highlighted a new website that's called keepemwet.org. Keepemwet, KEEPEMWET, keepemwet.org. Okay. I was listening to one of the more recent Orvis podcasts with Tommy Rosenbauer and his guest, which I can't remember, but he was the one who came up with this website. And basically, what it does is highlight best practices when landing a fish and releasing a fish. Okay, which I'm guilty of sometimes, not always handling, whether I'm using mittens, and I'll tell you guys, I don't use mittens out of. I'm pretty. I don't want to say I'm pretty tough, but when I'm using mittens, I gotta use mittens. It's just super cold down. I even have my hot hands in my mittens, and it's kind of impractical to think that you could take off the mittens when you land the fish, because with the mittens that expose your fingers, you almost got to take off every single finger individually while you're trying to slip your mitten off. I know some guys have written me that Kelly Gallup he carries a towel with him, but when you're fishing in weather that's super cold, your hands are wet, they're cold already. Even if you dry them off, maybe 20 some degrees and above, that's okay. And I usually don't wear my mittens then, but 20, let's say 25 degrees and below, and I'm still fishing, I gotta wear my mittens, but I can still handle the fish better. I can try to take the fly out with my forceps, or just holding the fly with my exposed fingers and take it out. When I'm measuring the fish on my arm, I could hold it out more away from my arm so the material doesn't touch the fish. But if you go onto this keepemwet.org site, they just basically have 3 simple, and everybody knows them, but we're all guilty of not doing it all the time, is keep the fish wet, keep your hands wet, keep them out of the water, maybe for a minimum or a maximum of 10 to 20 seconds. If you're getting close that time, dip them back down in the water, let them get a couple breaths through their gills, and keep them wet again, and then bring them up, and whatever you have to do to mess with them to take their fly out and release them. And try to hold them closer down near the water, not real high, and don't drag them on the rocks. Don't spend a lot of time when you're taking your photos. I have never been to a fly fishing competition, but I think, the little clips that I have seen on YouTube of fly competitions is, and this was a couple of them over England. There was one in the United States. But when the guys catch the fish, and maybe you guys can comment, the guys who, if you're watching this video, and tell me if this is true or not. But I guess your handler, or the guy who spots you, who has the little tray that you measure the fish in, I know he's close to the water, but At least all the ones I saw, he wasn't right there, right behind you. So these guys are, they're catching the fish, they're netting the fish, they're running sometimes looks 10 yards or more out of the water to run them over to their spotter or the measuring guy, and then they got to run them back and then release the fish. So, I mean, it looks like they're out of the water a good more than a minute. And I don't know how, that's how they practice it there, and maybe I was judging myself against that. Well, God, I'm only keeping them out of the water 10, 20, 30 seconds. I'm not keeping them out of the water a minute, so you try to rationalize it, but you shouldn't do that. Best practices is do what's best for the fish and put them back in there, and, I'm trying to commit myself to doing that too, and so that's why I highlighted his website. If you want to go onto the website and look up those 3 principles and just see what he has to say about it all, I think you would appreciate it. Okay, now that is my fanny pack and how I organize it and everything. The other part is the giveaway. Okay, so here's a little story with the giveaway. Was a couple of my buddies, or one buddy in particular, was trying to order the cutthroat leaders out in Idaho, and he had a hard time getting through to the guy. So he finally got through to him, and my buddy's from Pennsylvania, and he was ordering his order, and the guy says, "What's going on out there in Pennsylvania?" And my buddy's like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I am getting like a ton of orders from Pennsylvania recently." And my buddy, I guess he's promoting me. And he's like, "I'll tell you what's happening. The PA Woods and Water guy is promoting your product out here, and telling them how he uses it and what he does." And he's like, "Oh my God, I gotta call him up and thank him and stuff." So here, lo and behold, I no sooner my buddy called me and told me this, and not minutes later, the guy from Cutthroat calls me up, and he's thanking me up and down, and he wants to send me a nice package and stuff. And so he did. He sent me, a whole bunch of leaders, nymphing leaders, dry fly leaders. Don't me tell, like 8 or 10 of them, and a hat and stickers and everything. So I already have enough, and I want you guys to experience this. And I thank you guys for giving him the business and trying to set up out. And I hope it's working for you guys. A couple guys commented back and said that it's working for them. But he sent me out, like I said, plenty of stuff, and so I'm going to give a 4-person giveaway. And basically what I'm going to do is, if you want to get in this giveaway, just comment underneath. Make a comment about the video, or make a comment that you just like to be, in the giveaway, however you want to word it. And I am basically going to put all the names that comment on this video down below, and I'm just going to pick out 4 names, and then I will comment back to you guys if you were the winner. And I'll give you my email address to keep it more private, and then you could send me, then I could send these out to you guys, okay? And you can give me your address, and I'll send it. But this is the hat, okay? It's like a dark green hat, the Cutthroat hat, okay? Very nice, very nice. And he has a sticker, okay? And then I have a nymphing leader, a 50-inch nymphing leader, high-vis leader, okay? So that's going to be package number 1, okay? The other 3 packages, the giveaways, are all the same. They are going to include, 3 of them, a 50-inch high-vis nymphing leader, a 50-inch shorty leader for dry fly fishing, where this will just make up your butt section. You can taper it down however you want after the butt section. This is the chameleon green, okay, for the dry fly leader. And then we got the nymphing leader, okay. And then it's going to include 1 package of the Cutthroat leader otter butter, and that is their float that they put on if you're going to use it for dry flies. Before you fish with it, when it's dry, put on your floating, okay. You could also use this on your fly line too, to help, to clean your line, put the coating on, and shoots through your eyes real nice. So there'll be 3 separate giveaways of that package, of a dry fly leader, a nymphing leader, and the otter butter. And all you have to do is make a comment underneath, and if you want it, I'll make a comment to you. Send me I'll give you my email, and in my email, give me back your address, and I'll mail it out to you guys. Okay? Okay. The last thing I'm going to talk about is my decals, and I have to shut the camera off to go get them and to tell you about them. Okay? So I'll be back shortly to show you the decals and show you what you have to do to get them. Okay? And I'll tell you this much: it's not going to cost you guys any money. Okay? These are free decals. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and I got my decals. Okay, I had to wait a couple days for them to get in, so uh, this is, another snippet of a video. Um, but here they are. Okay, they are very, very high quality. Okay, these were done by uh, Adept Creations, Adept Creations Company. They're down in Florida, but when we used to be in motocross, we knew a bunch of guys who used to make up your motocross graphics for your bikes, and they're very, very high quality as far as they're thick, the UV protectant. They have a gloss finish on them. I'm showing you how shiny they are. Okay, and it's my logo for my YouTube, and I got a little YouTube symbol right there, because that's really the only place you can watch me is on YouTube. Um, so, so now here's the thing. I'm giving the first 200 away for free. Okay, practically free. Okay, but you have to send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. I will put my address at the end of this video so you can freeze it and get my address, and then you send me an envelope in the mail. These fit perfect in a letter size envelope. Okay, they're roughly about 5.5 inches by 3 inches, or 6 by 3. But either way, I've already put them inside a regular envelope. They fit perfect in there. Okay, so it's basically only going to cost you 2 stamps. One envelope, you send it to me, and then the envelope you put inside is going to have another stamp on it, and I'll send it right back to you. Okay, but they came out beautiful. Okay, I like them very much. So that's how you're going to get this for free. You're going to get the first 200 away, and if I get a good return or a good call for them, I'll have a whole bunch made up, and they'll probably cost somewhere around $2.50 to $3 a piece. I don't know yet, but I'll have another video on that once I get rid of the first 200. Okay, and you'll probably go just through my PayPal account. Just pay my PayPal account, and then I'll mail you out a decal. Okay, so yeah, these turned out really good. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to have my address there. I'll have the website for Adept Creations. If any of you guys want to use them to have some decals made up, I recommend them. Great job he did. And like I said, very high quality. Thick, glossy finish, UV protectant. And what else will I have then? Now, I said in this video I was going to include my Lackawanna Whopper. So please stay tuned after I get done speaking here, and just a short little clip, maybe about 2 minutes or so, of me landing this big fish. Okay, and okay, so that's it, guys. Went through my fanny pack, went through the giveaway, and the giveaway, I'm going to, after I post this video for the giveaway, I'm only going to take in comments for 7 complete days that the video's up. Okay, after the 7 days, I'll get everybody's name, or whatever you call yourself on your comment, and I'm just going to pick 4 people, and then I will comment on your, I hate that phone sometimes. I'll comment on your comment that you won, and then I'll send you my email address, and then you can send me your address, and I'll send you out the giveaways. Okay, on the Cutthroat. I'll put Cutthroat's website up too for you guys. And I don't think there's anything else. Okay, so I didn't think this was going to be that long, but then it wound up being a little bit longer than what I thought. But I hope you got a nice look at my fanny pack and you know, how I organize myself out on the stream. And then if you guys, you know, if you guys didn't get any to give away, please, I recommend trying out the cutthroat leaders, and I think you'll love them. Like I said, they take up your butt section of the leader. They turn over the fly good. There's absolutely no memory in them, and uh, that's it, guys. Okay, I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Okay, and I will see you later. And stay tuned for this Lackawanna Whopper. Okay, bye. You're my good luck charm. Yeah, that's a pretty big fish.
That's where I got that 19.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm talking on my camera now. I didn't get a hit until this gentleman showed up. I spoke to him earlier and he was giving me some pointers, and as soon as he came over to me, I hooked up. Now I did switch my rig around. I took off. This is a big fish. This is a big fish. Yeah.
That's high teens or 20.
Yeah, this is a big fish. I can't see it real good. It's in the glares. It look like a rainbow or a brownie?
Oh, it'll be a brown.
That's a brown?
Most likely.
Oh, stay on, buddy.
Look at the
Oh.
corners on it. Wow.
Oh my gosh. This is my first fish in Lackawanna in 25 years. I can't believe it's a pig. Oh my. I got him on the pheasant tail, size 18 pheasant tail. I think it's a rainbow. It's a rainbow. That's a big rainbow. That's a big rainbow. Oh my gosh, that's a big rainbow on the pheasant tail. Look at that, guys. Oh my gosh. Look at the size of this thing. Oh my God, I can't even get him in the net. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Look at the size of that thing. Oh my gosh. That'll make a video just all on itself.
That's 22, 24.
Oh my God, at least 23 inches. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, I got put.
Give me your rod.
No, I got it right here. Oh my gosh. Can you believe that? You better stick around me all day. Just kidding.
On the fly shop, I said, I'll stop and see how this guy's doing.
Oh my gosh, guys. I gotta take this pheasant tail off of here. Oh, somebody's calling me now. Boy, he was hooked good. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have to take him out with my, put him back in the water. Oh my gosh, look at that. I just get him out with my forceps. Whoo wee, oh wee, oh wee.
That'll make your whole year.
Oh, now is this wild, do you think? Or is this probably a stock push?
It's a holdover.
That's a holdover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
From
They,
from a feeder stream.
well, down Wall, they get a permit for a kids derby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they travel.
Okay, there you go. He's out. Okay, guys, you gotta take a look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That's a 5-pound fish. If not more. Wowie. Okay. What a way to start my day. Okay, there he goes. He's okay. He's okay. Go ahead, buddy.